I'm going to be working with some fun stuff by Crafter's Companion. This is the Sunflower collection, and there's all kinds of different things in this collection. Then the items I'm working with today are the Sunflower Collection metal dies. This is what they look like. We're going to use some of their flower forming foam. There's 4 different colors. I have 3 sitting out on my desk right now. And basically, this is super thin foam, like even thinner than the craft foam that you would get at your local craft shop. And what I did is I folded it no more than 3 times, and I trimmed it off. And then I placed my die on top of the sandwich, and I die cut 3 pieces at a time. Of course, it has to be large enough for the die, but I cut 3 pieces at a time, and it fit very comfortably through my Big Shot. And what I came out with was a flat version of the foam. Then I took my heat tool, using my handy dandy tweezers. I just held this in front of my heat tool and turned it on for just like a matter of seconds, and it causes the foam to curl. So I curled some sides and not others, and you have to be really careful because they can go really curly if you leave the heat on. So, but very, very fun. I love how dimensional it adds to your creations. Then I brought in some fun coordinating inks. I brought in some Tiara ink, and I applied it with just my little finger dauber to each layer of that sunflower. And then I glued them using a hot glue gun. This was the best tool. Wet adhesive just won't do the trick. So there we go. So for this one, we have 2 large layers, a small layer, and a large center. You can see you can use different centers. There's 2 different sizes of centers. And then I also have some leaves. And I'm going to use them to apply many different layers, and we'll create a card. Let's build a really simple bud. Just need 1 leaf, and I use the large size of our flower base. I'm going to hot glue half that circle, and I'm going to flip it back on itself like such. Just patting that together, and then again we're going to apply more glue, and this time I'm going to kind of fold it in on itself here. I'm just going to twirl it. Just be aware that glue is hot. There we go, and just pinch it closed. It's warm, but it's not too warm. Okay, and then you're just going to take a little bit more glue down the center of our leaf, and we're going to place this kind of wherever you're comfortable and wrap it around so it's encased. And if you want to, you can take another leaf and wrap it around that front part too, but I'm okay with that. Like really simple budding flower just about to emerge. All right, super easy. Let's make a paper version now. Taking our same dies and some yellow cardstock and some kind of sagey green and a craft cardstock. Cut all my pieces out. I've gone back with my same inks, my Tiara, my Over Coffee, just over that button for the center, and some sage. We're going to apply that to the leaves, and we're going to create our 3D element. And this is the secret. Crafter's Companion has a tool set that is specifically designed for molding your paper flowers. There are 6 ends, so there's 3 sizes on this end, and then there's 3 more on the other ends, and these are sold as a set all together. There also is a piece of foam inside that set. I find it's a little bit too squishy, so I'm going to use the back of basically a mouse pad. And I find it's a little bit better on the firmness to create these. So these are inked and ready to go. I'm going to flip them over to their back side. Because what we're going to do is we're going to kind of cup our petals so they're curved this way when they're on the mat, but they're going to be curved the opposite way. They're going to be 3-dimensionally popped off your page or your card. And all it is just using fairly firm pressure. And I go in a circular motion. I find that it will cause less paper cracking. And you're going to go and cup those little fellas until your heart's desire, until you get that desired effect. And of course you can have some petals that are cupped more than others because that's nature, right? So you're going to do that, and then you're going to flip it over, and you're going to take that and just press that center down a little bit. And look, it's already popped up in comparison to this one. Look, isn't that cool? All right, let's do the other flower. So again, you're going to flip it over to the back side. And these petals are a little bit bigger. So just work around. I'm just rotating this really quickly. I mean, this is taking no time at all. It actually probably took me longer to die cut them and ink them. So you can play with this tool. And of course, larger ball will give you a little bit different cupping on your petals. Okay, flip it over, and I just do a quick round circle and flatten out that center. There we go, and now we have cute little 3-dimensional petals. So we're going to finish off our leaves here with a little bit of sage ink. I'm just using my finger dauber to go across those, and we're going to give them a little bit of 3-dimension too by the same process. So flip them over, and I don't want to do too much cupping, and I'm not worried about doing it towards the base of the leaf. I'm just going to do it towards the end, so you can just have fun, and you still get that gorgeous embossed detail that those dies leave. And one last thing, this is a piece of craft cardstock that has been inked afterwards with some over coffee, and it shows up those little teeny tiny details of that centerpiece. And now all it is a matter of glue and a little bit of 3-dimensional foam. Watch this. A little bit of glue. Pop it on. A little bit of glue. A little bit of glue. And that's just to stick it underneath. And you can put these and place these wherever you want. Underneath your bloom. That looks good. And then for this, all I do is I cut myself a little square of foam adhesive, and it pretty much maintains that cup that we created for the inside of our bloom. And there she is. As easy as 1, 2, 3. Now that we've got our foam flowers and our paper flowers all made, let me show you what I made with them. With our foam flowers, I created this pretty card using a handmade background and some cool cloth and a few sparkly sequins. So pretty. I love the purple. And for our paper sunflowers, again, I made a handmade background and then did some stitching over some inked book paper, added a sentiment, and voila. And there we go. 2 cards made using our amazing sunflower collection. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you again soon.